All right, all my listing legends. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here today. I want to go over 7 books that had a profound impact on my life, and I think they'll have a big impact on your life. If you're a real estate agent that wants to become a millionaire, these are books that I highly recommend you read. All right, I'm going to go through the list here one at a time. All right, this is an older book, but it's called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. That's by Gary Keller Williams. Now, this goes back to probably 2004, 2005. The reason you want to read this book is to prove to yourself that it is possible to make $1 million a year in commissions. Now, it's not about the money. It's about being the best you can be. It says right on the front of the cover. This is a book, 2004, 2005. Highly recommend it. Now, here's one you probably have never heard of. It's called Rhinoceros Success. Rhinoceros Success. This is about being a rhino. It's a simple story written by, I think the gentleman was in his 20s at the time, maybe even below 20. It was written back in 1980. This is the most powerful success book I know. Rhinoceros Success. All right. Let's move on here. The success system that never fails. The success system that never fails. W. Clement Stone, one of the great, he was an insurance guy, right? Sold lots and lots of insurance policies. But his success system applies to all forms of selling. If you want to be successful in the real estate game, you want to read The Success System That Never Fails. You really do. I dropped a book here. Let me grab it. Which one is? All right. Anyways, here's one that I really enjoyed. The Trick to Money is Having Some. Stuart Wilde. Very good read about how to make money, about how to create wealth for yourself, for your family. You won't regret this book. All right, moving right along. Now, this goes back to the 1970s. I've had this book since 1970. It's called How to Wake Up the Financial Genius Inside of You. This is a book that has made me probably more money than any other book. The reason it was is because I read it when I was young. Now, it still applies to today, but I read this back when I was probably, 18 years old when I read this book. And it taught me so much about the real estate game. Now, a lot of agents, they don't invest in real estate. And that's the biggest mistake I think you can make, is not investing in real estate for yourself. If you go out and you sell real estate to other people, you got to believe in your product. Real estate is the vehicle you want to use to get wealthy. And this How to Wake Up the Financial Genius Inside of You, one of the best real estate books ever written. Now, this is kind of a 2-for-1, because you could get the new revised one, which came out, it probably came out around the year 2000 or something. But the next step to waking up the financial genius inside of you. Either one. They're both, this one's a little more than this one, but this was the original, and the original is what I read. But I do like the follow-up book. Very good. Marco Haraldson is the author, and I highly recommend it. That's a 2-for-1 for you. All right. Let's move right along. Now, you've all probably heard of Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, but that's not the book I'm telling you to read. Don't get me wrong. Think and Grow Rich is a very good book. I've read it many times, but here's the one that I recommend. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. This book it just motivated me. It just turned my life around. I was procrastinating. I was what he would call a drifter. I was getting nowhere. I'd start to run a business, and then it would crash. And I'd start and run it again, and it'd crash. And that's how a lot of people in real estate, they go through their whole career. They have a good year, a feast year, then they have a year of famine. A feast year, then a year of famine. Outwitting the Devil is a book that will smooth this out for you, but it'll smooth it out at the highest level. The highest level of production is what this book will bring you. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, I also do recommend Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill was a great success author, right? He wrote a lot of books on how to be successful. And Think and Grow Rich is probably the number one selling success book out there. Of course, next to the Bible. Well, the Bible obviously has outsold any book ever, but Think and Grow Rich is right up there. I mean, and Outwitting the Devil. All of them, highly recommend them. All right. Here's a good read for you. It's called How to Get Rich. How to Get Rich by Felix Dennis. This teaches you wealth principles. It teaches you how to run a business, teaches you about sales, and teaches you a lot of wealth principles. How to Get Rich by Felix Dennis. All right. Now, a lot of these books, look, these are old books, right? I mean, don't go buy them new. Just go on eBay. You can probably buy these for $5 would be my guess. All these books, every one that I mentioned, definitely less than 10, but most of them available for $5. Look, you got to increase your education. You got to improve yourself. You got to find ways to get ahead of your competition. And keeping your mind sharp, people don't read anymore, right? They all go to TikTok, right? TikTok, what is that, 20 seconds? You got to have an attention span for 20 seconds. People don't read books. They go to YouTube. They go to TikTok. You got to read books to get ahead. Get your mind in tune still. It's very important to read books, to sit down. And I don't like the Kindle. The Kindle, nothing against it, but I like the physical books, the actual in-your-hand books, right? Those are the ones I like, and that's what I recommend. Now, I'm going to give you one that is so far away from real estate, but it's one of my favorite reads of all time. One of my favorite reads of all time is called Jesse Livermore, World's Greatest Stock Trader. Now, I love the stock market. I love I'm a speculator in the stock market, but this guy's life was exciting, you know. I mean, he was up, he was down, he was up, he was down. He's blamed for a lot of things. The Great Depression, for one. They thought that he caused it because of his short selling in the marketplace. Look, if you want to understand the stock market, just pick up the copy of this book, Jesse Livermore, World's Greatest Stock Trader. It will really get you excited about the stock market. Now, the other ones, real estate. Real estate's my passion. I've been a real estate guy my whole life, but I also like the stock market. But here's the thing. I like running businesses. I like making money. I like creating wealth. And if you're a real estate agent, you're pretty much in it. You're an entrepreneur. You're working for yourself, right? Yeah, you may work for a big brokerage firm. That's fine. But when you get out there, it's really you and the customer, right? You and the client face to face, and you're listing their house. You're writing up contracts. You're taking offers, you're presenting the offers. You're in a business, and you got to figure out how to take that business to the next level. And the way to do that is with reading books, with keeping your mind sharp. Look, at books can take your level in your career. Your career may be going along right here. Do you realize the average agent, well, they make about $50,000 a year. You got to get up to at least this $300,000 level, and even go beyond that. Go to become the millionaire real estate agent. Get that $1 million a year in commission. A lot of agents are doing it. They're doing it, every year, agents are going out there. If they can do it, you can do it. But just study them. Read their profiles, their autobiographies. Learn how they're doing it. Learn their techniques. Learn sales techniques. You can always increase your level of sales techniques. You can increase your game. You can increase the number of listings you get. When you go on a listing appointment, look at it. Every one you don't close, you're setting everybody back. You're setting yourself back. You're setting the seller back. You have to be able to close 80 to 90% of those. If you're not closing those, you're not reading the right books. It all starts with books. Books are so valuable, and they're so cheap. Look, at people pay, $50,000 a year just to go to college right now. Just to go to college. Look, you can go get the books. Now, I'm not against YouTube. Obviously, you're watching me on YouTube, right? And YouTube's great for learning, but there's still Books are irreplaceable. The knowledge that's contained in these books, I read them over and over again. The ones I just gave you, those are some of my favorite books, and you should be reading those. And not just once, read them 2 or 3 times. You'll pick up new stuff as you go. And as you go, you'll be able to implement that into your business, and you'll be able to make more money. You'll go from this $50,000 level to the $100,000 to $200 to $300 to $400 to $500,000. And then you'll take a quantum leap from that $500,000 and you'll get to over $1 million a year. And it's not that hard to do if you fill your mind with the right stuff. So many of us, we fill our mind with, well, it's pure crap, to be honest with you. I mean, people, they watch TV, they watch TikTok. Now, young people don't watch TV anymore, but they watch TikTok. Look, you can spend hours on TikTok. Yeah, it's fun watching the girls dance around or whatever you go on there to watch. I don't know, but that's not where you increase your mind. It's not where you increase your level of income. TikTok's not going to do it for you. Get out there, get a book, read it, get a hard copy, spend $5 on eBay. You can pick these up. That's all I can do for you. I can't make you read them, but I highly suggest you do. If you want to be a real estate millionaire, if you want to be a listing legend, I'm Tall Mike. Get out there, get some listings, and we'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.